Today's adventure starts at the Royal Golf Course.
The Royal Golf Course.
It is simple, really. To play golf, you just hit the ball into the hole. There!
Is that it?
It's a bit boring.
It would be more fun if we had little hills to hit the ball up and down.
Knocking your ball up hills and around corners is called crazy golf.
That sounds great.
Please, Daddy, can we play crazy golf?
We are playing normal golf.
Wow! Where did these hills come from?
Daddy must have magicked them. Thanks, Daddy.
I didn't magic these hills.
Then who did?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Wise old elf,
Good morning, King Thistle.
who made these hills on my golf course?
A mole, Your Majesty.
Well, get rid of it.
We've been trying to chase it away all morning, Your Majesty.
Don't you know how to get rid of moles, wise old elf?
No.
Then who does?
Nanny Plum. She can talk to it. She speaks all animal languages.
Of course. Nanny!
Yes, Your Majesty?
Ah, Nanny Plum. You talk to animals, don't you?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Then can you tell this mole to leave my golf course?
No, Your Majesty.
What?
I can't speak mole. It's one of the more difficult animal languages, along with aardvark.
But can't you use magic to get rid of the mole?
There is one magical method to get rid of moles, but unfortunately, it uses a gnome.
What's that?
A gnome, Your Majesty, is a sort of elf with a big tummy.
What? Gnomes are nothing like elves. They eat too much, talk too much, and never do any work.
I don't care what you use, just get rid of that mole.
OK, I'll fetch us a gnome.
Where am I?
Hello, Mr. Gnome. I've called you here to get rid of some moles.
It will be my pleasure. I like trees, they're not like peas, custard creams or goo. I'll sing my song and strum along with a fol-de-dol-de-doo.
Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Thank you, Gnome. How much do I owe you?
Oh, I'm not finished yet, Your Majesty. If I go now, the mole will come back.
What? Then you must stay, as long as it takes.
Of course, getting rid of moles uses a lot of energy, and my tummy is very empty.
Nanny Plum, get this gnome some food.
Very well, Your Majesty.
A sack of cheese sandwiches with a bucket of tea.
I say, you are hungry.
I will also need some workers.
Absolutely. Wise old elf, I command you to do whatever the gnome says.
As you wish.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Not at all. Just let me know when you're finished so I can play my golf.
Of course, Your Royalness.
I am the wise old elf. I look after this royal golf course, and my knowledge of it is second to none.
Can you use a shovel?
Yes.
Good. The first job is to flatten these hills.
My name's Ben.
And I'm Princess Holly. But you can call me Holly.
That's nice. You can call me Mr. Gnome. I need a deck chair and a fishing rod,
Why do you need a fishing rod on a golf course?
so I can pretend to fish.
Pretend to fish?
Moles don't like it when I pretend to fish. Now quick, before the mole comes back.
Abracadabra, cheese sandwiches. 1 bucket of tea.
Nanny Plum! Nanny Plum! Mr. Gnome needs a deck chair and a fishing rod quickly.
So he can pretend to fish.
Oh dear. I thought this might happen.
We have flattened all the hills, so, goodbye.
Thank you, wise old elf. I will also be needing a windmill.
What? A working windmill is a very difficult thing to build.
Oh, it mustn't actually work. No, just pretend, but with sails that go round.
Oh, all right.
Sandwiches, tea.
Deck chair and fishing rod.
Most kind.
What's that noise?
Wise old elf, what are you doing?
We're building a pretend windmill for the gnome.
A pretend windmill?
Yes, it mustn't actually work. It's just silly.
But it looks fun.
Can Holly and I help you?
Oh, yes, please. Now we can fix the sails.
Finished.
Is it dinner time already?
Not really.
Could you get me a bucket of custard and a big jar of pickles, please? Oh, and some plastic flowers.
You're going to eat plastic flowers?
No, that would be silly. They go with the windmill. Ah, good work, wise old elf.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Finally, I will need a little bridge.
What?
A plastic well and a little picket fence.
So he wants a bucket of custard and a big jar of pickles?
Yes.
I knew it. I should never have used a gnome.
What's wrong with gnomes?
Ugh. They make everyone else work while they just eat and sleep.
Grumbling again, Nanny. I say, are we going on a picnic?
No, Daddy. This is food for Mr. Gnome.
What are we going to eat for dinner, Nanny?
There's no food left, Your Majesty. The gnome has eaten it all.
Nanny, remember that Mr. Gnome needs plastic flowers too.
Plastic flowers?
They go with the windmill.
Windmill? I'd better see what this gnome is up to.
Thank you, wise old elf. I couldn't have done a better job myself.
Ooh, look! A pretty bridge.
I can see you've certainly been working hard, gnome.
Yes, your kingliness.
So, when will it be safe for you to leave?
Oh, well, I don't think it ever will be, your royalness.
What?
I might have to stay here forever.
But what about my golf?
I won't get in your way.
But you are in my way.
Ooh, custard and pickles.
I can't play golf with all this stuff around.
I know. We can play crazy golf.
Yes, crazy golf. This crazy golf is much better than the other kind.
Yes. Daddy, do you want us to teach you how to play crazy golf? It's fun.
Oh, okay. What do I do?
Just hit the ball through the little windmill.
And into the hole.
This is fun.
Today's adventure starts at Gaston's cave.
Gaston's visit.
Gaston!
Are you coming out to play?
Oh, Gaston's sneezing.
Mummy, Daddy, Gaston the ladybird's caught a cold.
I'm not surprised. His cave is leaking. Look.
There's a hole here. Maybe if we move that pebble over it.
Good day.
Good day, wise old elf.
What seems to be the problem?
Gaston's cave is leaking.
Leaks can be tricky. What you need is a proper builder to fix it.
But where can we find a builder?
I'm a builder.
Really?
Oh, yes. Elves are very good at building. And I'm an elf.
In that case, I command you to fix Gaston's cave.
Yes, Your Majesty. A wise decision. Interesting. There seems to be water dripping in.
Yes, and there's a hole up here.
That hole won't be the cause of the leak.
How do you know?
With respect, some things are best left to proper builders.
So how long will it take to fix the leak?
Oh, it will take a very, very long time. And while the building work is going on, the ladybird won't be able to live here.
But Gaston's got a cold. Where can he stay?
Well, perhaps Gaston could stay with us.
Yippee!
Are you sure you know what you're doing, darling?
Oh, of course I know what I'm doing. I'm king.
Lunchtime! Oh, I'm afraid insects are not allowed inside the castle.
It's all right, Nanny Plum. Daddy's invited Gaston to stay with us.
Oh, very well then.
Make yourself at home, Gaston.
Gaston, Gaston, ladybird.
I hope he's going to learn to wipe his feet.
Gaston isn't well, Nanny. And he hasn't got anywhere to stay.
I'm still not sure it's a good idea for him to stay with us.
Don't worry, darling. Gaston will be no trouble at all.
So, where is he going to sit?
He can sit on this little chair. Nanny Plum, you can speak, Ladybird. What's he saying?
Gaston says this chair is too little. No, that's the Queen's chair.
Don't fuss, Nanny Plum. The Queen doesn't mind, do you, darling?
Gaston says this chair is too hard.
Actually, Gaston, that's my chair.
Gaston says this chair is just right.
Goodness, it's like having Goldilocks to stay.
Never mind, Daddy. You can sit on this little chair. Yummy. Thanks, Nanny.
Yes, this food is delicious.
I suppose I'd better magic up some special ladybird food. By a ladybird's growl, food smelly and foul.
Look, smelly welly.
Gaston loves smelly food.
Why isn't he eating it then?
Gaston says it's too cold.
Hello, Gaston.
Daddy, I think he wants to try your food.
Have a little taste if you like, Gaston.
Gaston says it's just right.
It's such fun having Gaston visit us. Can he stay with us forever and ever, Daddy?
Maybe not forever, but he can stay until his house is mended.
Oh, Daddy! And the weather in the little kingdom today will be bright and sunny everywhere.
Look, King Thistle! Gaston's getting better.
Splendid!
And the Pixie Pound has seen a drop to the $1.
Gaston says that this TV programme is a bit boring.
How about this one?
And this programme's too noisy. Aw, this programme is just right.
Look, Daddy! Gaston's not sneezing anymore.
So, now Gaston's better, maybe he can go home.
But, Daddy, Gaston can't go home until his home is mended. He might catch another cold, and then he'll be sad.
Yes, we wouldn't want Gaston to be sad.
Gaston says you are the nicest king in the whole world.
Thank you, Gaston. Maybe I'll go and see how the elves are getting on at your cave. Hello, wise old elf. How much longer is this going to take?
As we builders say, there's no point in rushing things.
Well, maybe a little rushing wouldn't do any harm.
I'm afraid we have a lot of problems to deal with, Your Majesty.
It's probably a silly idea, but have you tried moving that pebble over the hole?
You're right. That is a silly idea.
Maybe it's still worth a try?
With respect, Your Majesty, we each have our jobs to do. You're the king, and I'm the builder.
Of course. It's been a long day. I think I'll go to bed early.
Your Majesty, that might be a problem.
What do you mean?
Well, it's to do with Gaston.
Yes?
Nanny magicked this basket for Gaston to sleep in.
Well done, Nanny.
But the basket was too drafty. Then he tried my bed, but that was too soft.
Oh, dear. I don't like the sound of this.
Don't worry, Daddy. Gaston's found a bed that he says is just right.
Oh, but that's my bed. What's he saying now?
Gaston says he is very tired and would like to go to sleep now.
Good night, Gaston. Sleep tight.
So, where are we going to sleep?
Oh, that was the most uncomfortable night ever.
Oh, how long is Gaston going to stay with us?
I did say he could stay here until his cave was mended.
And how long will that take?
I don't know. Let's go and see how those elves are getting on.
Hello, have you fixed Gaston's cave yet?
Gaston really misses his home, wise old elf.
Good news. We've replaced the rotting wood, plastered the ceiling.
And fixed the leak?
No, not yet. But I'm sure in time we'll sort it out.
Have you just tried moving this pebble?
Hooray! King Thistle's mended Gaston's cave.
Well done, Daddy.
Amazing work, Your Majesty. Have you ever thought of becoming a builder yourself?
Actually, no. I think I'll just stick to being king.
Look, Gaston, your cave's ready. You can go home now.
Gaston says thank you and bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Gaston. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Gaston.
It was fun having you to stay.
We'll be so sad to see you go.
Gaston says he doesn't want you to be sad, so he'll come and stay with you for a bit longer.
It's okay. I won't be that sad.
Gaston insists, Your Majesty.
Very well. Lovely.
Hooray!
today's adventure starts at the little castle.
Queen Thistle's teapot.
Da da doo dum da dee da. Dum da dum dum da dee da. Da 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 dum da dee da dee.
My new fairy tea set has arrived.
Ooh. Ooh. It's so beautiful and it's so sparkly.
It's also very delicate, Holly. That means it breaks easily, so you can look, but don't touch.
Yes, Mummy.
It is a beautiful teapot. Shall I give it a bit of a dust, Your Majesty?
No, Nanny Plum. Even you mustn't touch it.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Good. Now, as it's such a lovely day, why don't we go for a nice walk?
Can I stay here and look at the tea set instead?
All right, Holly, but look and don't touch.
Yes, Mummy. Ooh.
Hello, Nanny Plum.
Hello, Ben.
Can Holly come out to play?
I'm afraid Princess Holly is very busy looking at a teapot. Perhaps if...
Ben, I've got something to show you.
OK, Holly.
Look, Mummy's fairy tea set. Isn't it beautiful?
I suppose so.
No one is allowed to touch it. Not even Nanny.
Why not?
Because it's very delicate.
Well, what can you do with it then?
Well, you can have tea parties with it, of course.
But we're not supposed to.
Just hold them, silly. It's not hard. Look at me. How do you like your tea, Mr. Elf? Weak or strong?
Holly! You've broken the Queen's teapot!
Oh, no. Mummy will be so sad.
We weren't supposed to touch it, were we?
No. What can we do?
Can you fix it with magic?
I'll try. Abracadabra, abracadoo. Mend this teapot.
Well, that didn't work. Nanny will know a spell. Let's ask her.
No, we can't tell anyone.
What can we do then?
Ben, aren't elves good at mending things?
Yes.
And you're an elf?
Ben Elf.
So, can you help me mend it?
I'm not sure.
Please, Ben. You're my very best friend. And you're my only hope.
OK. I've got stuff for mending things at home.
We can carry the pieces in this box.
But what if someone sees us?
I can make us invisible. I know that spell. Abracadibbly-dibble, make us invisible.
Hey, it worked. Come on.
Dum da dum dum da dee da.
Shh, there's Nanny.
Ben, be quiet. Oh, bother. My invisible spell has worn off.
That's all right. We're nearly there. No one will see us now.
Hello, Ben. Hello, Princess Holly.
Hello, Mrs. Elf.
What are you two up to then?
Nothing, Mum. We're just going to mend something.
Yes, elves are good at mending things. And you're an elf.
Yes, Mum. This is where I keep all my mending stuff. Glue, paint, brushes.
And glitter. Oh, goody.
First, I have to put a mat down so that we don't get glue on the floor.
Yes.
And we must wear aprons to keep our clothes clean.
Now what?
We stick the pieces together with glue, like this. 1, 2, 3. There, it's stuck.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. There, it's mended.
Hooray! It doesn't look quite right.
We can paint it.
Yes.
That's better.
It had flowers on it too. I'm good at painting flowers. There. But I think it was a bit more sparkly.
We can use glitter.
I love glitter. It's so glittery. There. Hooray!
Do you think your mum might see the difference?
Yes.
Maybe it just needs more glitter.
No, Ben. We tried to mend it, but it didn't work.
We'll just have to ask Nanny Plum for a spell.
All right, let's go to Nanny.
Da la la dee da 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 da. Da,
There's
da,
Nanny.
da,
Go on,
dee, da.
ask her for a
La
spell.
la la.
Nanny,
Dum, dee, da.
please can I ask you a question about spells, please?
A question? Of course.
Nanny, a little friend of mine has broken something and wants to mend it. What spell can she use?
Do I know this little friend?
No. She's a goblin and she lives far away and you don't know her at all.
Is it a special thing this little goblin broke?
Yes.
And did the little goblin break it on purpose?
No, it was an accident. I didn't mean to break it.
Oh, I see. You broke it.
Oh, Nanny, I didn't mean to break it.
Oh, don't worry, Holly. It can't be that bad.
It is that bad.
Don't be silly. It's not as if you've broken the Queen's teapot. What did you break?
The Queen's teapot.
Oh.
Mummy's going to be so sad.
But we did mend it.
Well, I'm sure it's okay then.
It doesn't look exactly like it did before. Ah! Please, can you fix it, Nanny?
Don't worry. I know just what to do.
I knew Nanny Plum would have a spell to fix it.
I'm not going to fix it.
Are you going to buy a new teapot?
No, much simpler than that.
What?
We'll tell the Queen. Excuse me, Your Majesty.
What is it, Nanny Plum?
Unfortunately, there has been a little accident.
Accident? What happened?
I'm sorry to say that your teapot has been broken.
Oh, the teapot I said no one was to touch.
Yes.
Nanny Plum, I told you not to dust that tea set.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I have a good mind to turn you into a slug.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, darling?
Could you turn me into a snail, perhaps, instead?
No.
Mummy, it was me. I did it, and I've been sad all day. And now you're going to have to turn me into a slug instead of Nanny.
Oh no, my poor darling. Don't be sad. It's only a silly piece of pottery.
But, Mummy, you were going to turn Nanny into a slug.
Oh, I didn't really mean that.
Sorry I made you sad, Mummy.
Oh, Holly, I'm only sad that you felt you couldn't tell me.
We did try and mend it.
It doesn't look like it did before, but the children have tried their hardest.
Oh, that is beautiful. Just as beautiful as it was before.
Shall I give it a dust, Your Majesty?
No, this is one of a kind and very fragile. No one must touch it. promise.
We
promise.
I will treasure it forever.
Today's adventure starts at the Great Elf Tree.
Acorn Day. Look, Dad, all the leaves are falling off our tree.
It's autumn, Ben. My favourite time of year. Mind you, there'll be leaf sweeping work to do. Let's get everyone organised. Calling all elves. Leaf sweeping.
Right-o!
Who's the best at sweeping leaves?
Elves are best at sweeping leaves.
And what are we?
We're elves.
Oh, never mind. Who's the best at sweeping leaves?
Elves are best at sweeping leaves.
And what are we?
So many leaves, I have to use 3 magic brooms.
Nanny, why do the leaves fall off the trees?
Goodness knows.
Autumn leaves are so pretty.
Oh, they might look pretty to you, Violet, but it just means more work for me.
This one looks just like the leaf in Ben's hat. It's an oak leaf.
It must be from the elf tree.
I don't know why elves have to live in a tree. I don't know why we have to have trees. Or autumn.
Grumbling again, Nanny. You should be happy. Autumn is here.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Where are you going, Nanny?
I'm returning these leaves.
Wait for us, Nanny.
Who's the best at sweeping leaves?
Elves are best at sweeping.
Hello, wise old elf.
Oh,
I believe these are your leaves.
oh, thank you, Nanny Plum.
Hi, girls. Hi, boys. Such beautiful colours. Look, the leaves in your hats have changed colour too. Oh, so they have.
Interesting.
Let's play tag. OK.
Tag. You're it.
Wait, I wasn't ready. Tag.
Can't catch me.
Ooh, look, a birdie.
Where?
Tag.
You tricked me.
Tag.
Holly's it.
Can't catch me. I'm too fast. Oh, look, a squirrel. You can't trick me like that. No, Ben, there really is a squirrel. A squirrel!
Easy now, Ben Elf.
What's wrong? It's just a squirrel.
Just ignore the squirrel, Princess Holly.
Ah, look, he's picking up an acorn.
Sound the acorn alarm, Mr. Elf.
What's going on? It might be Acorn Day. What's Acorn Day?
Not now, Princess Holly.
Calling all elves. Acorn Day has begun. Don't panic. Please leave the elf tree immediately.
It's probably a false alarm.
Yes, hopefully it's just a practice.
There he goes, Mrs. Elf. Mrs. Elf.
Hello? Oh,
Don't panic, Mrs. Elf. Just hand it back. Get out of there, Mrs. Elf. Quickly.
Will somebody please tell me what's going on?
One day, every year, the squirrels come and store their acorns in the great elf tree.
We call that day Acorn Day. What's so bad about squirrels storing acorns?
Yes, they need to store their food for winter.
And it's just an acorn.
One acorn would be okay. But there are many squirrels, and they have many acorns.
I'm sorry. I couldn't stop him, wise old elf.
It's not your fault, Mrs. Elf. There is no stopping them once they've started.
What do we do now?
Now we wait. You see, after one squirrel has put its acorn in the tree, another will come and copy it.
Squirrels
squirrels are very good at copying.
Happy Acorn Day! When do the squirrels arrive? Oh, have I missed all the fun?
The squirrels have filled the elf tree with acorns, Daddy.
Ah, yes. Very clever animals, those squirrels.
They're a menace.
Well, if you're going to live in an oak tree with little windows, you might as well put up a sign saying, "Store your acorns here." Well, if I've missed the squirrels, I might as well go home. Goodbye. Happy Acorn Day.
Happy Acorn Day.
Wise old elf, why don't you just move the acorns somewhere else?
Squirrels won't let anyone move their acorns. Watch.
Oh. What are you going to do now?
Now we're going to move the acorns out of the tree.
But you said you couldn't move the acorns.
We can't, but we can trick the squirrels into moving the acorns for us.
How?
Wait here, you'll see. Oh, it's very clever.
Is it really clever?
No, it's stupid. But funny.
Ta-da! Here we are. Squeak!
Why is the wise old elf dressed as a squirrel?
Because squirrels copy other squirrels. Now, if I move an acorn, all the other squirrels will copy me and move their acorns too.
But don't the squirrels need to store their acorns for the winter?
Ha-ha, yes. That's why I'll lead them to the dry, hollow log on the top of the big hill.
Your costume looks very heavy.
Yes, but it's perfectly balanced by the tail.
Ready for checks?
Ready!
Tail.
Check,
Acorn.
check,
Squirrels watching.
check.
Go, go, go!
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
We'll see you at the hollow log, wise old elf.
Squeak! Squeak!
I hope the wise old elf will be all right.
Squeak! Squeak!
Wise old elf! The squirrels are coming!
Squeak! Squeak! Good. Almost there.
Oh no! The tail has fallen off.
Oh, I'm out of control. I can't stop.
I love autumn. It's a pity I missed Acorn Day. Oof! I say, an acorn. How charming.
Your Majesty, throw the acorn away.
A talking squirrel.
Throw the acorn away, Your Majesty.
Ah, wise old elf. Where did you come from?
The acorn, Your Majesty. It's dangerous.
Nonsense. How can an acorn be dangerous? This lovely acorn isn't dangerous. 2 acorns. It must be my lucky day. Yeah!
Was that supposed to happen?
Well, not exactly.
But the castle is a great place to store acorns for the winter.
Oh, what happened? Where am I?
Happy Acorn Day, Daddy! You didn't miss it after all.
Oh. How am I going to get rid of all these acorns?
You will need this squirrel costume.
What? How does that work?
You wear the costume and the squirrels copy you.
I see. OK, on with the costume, Nanny. Off you go. Chop, chop.
Eh?
Happy Acorn Day!
Squeak! Squeak! Squeak!
Today's adventure starts at the little castle.
Big Bad Barry.
I say, I'm getting a little hungry.
Me too.
I think I fancy fish and chips.
We don't have any fish, Your Majesty.
What? No fish?
But I can magic up some fish fingers.
Yum, yum. I like fish fingers.
No. I want fresh fish. Fresh from the lake, with chips.
I know. Ben's dad has a fishing boat.
Then we shall go and see Ben's dad.
It's time we put the boat away for the winter, Ben. I'm pleased Bunty has made it through the summer with no accidents.
What kind of accidents?
The kind where the boat gets eaten.
Eaten?
Yes. Have I never told you the story of Big Bad Barry, the fish?
No.
It was a dark and stormy night. I was sailing in my favourite boat when suddenly...
A fish! A fish, Mr. Elf!
What's that?
I want a fish for dinner, with chips.
Oh,
So we'd like you to take us out on the lake to catch one.
I was just putting Bunty away for the winter.
Who's Bunty?
My boat.
Well, one more trip won't do any harm, will it?
I'd rather not. She might get wet.
Mr. Elf, your king commands you.
OK, climb aboard. You'll have to leave your wands here. Magic isn't allowed on elf boats. And we're elves.
Let's get going. I'll do the steering.
Hang on a minute. You might be king on land, Your Majesty, but on this boat, I'm the captain. So I'm in charge.
All right, Captain. As long as I get a fish.
Holly and Ben, wind the engine.
Aye, aye, Captain.
King Thistle, take the wheel.
Okie dokie, Captain. Oh, this is fun.
Turn ship to starboard.
What?
Turn right.
Why didn't you say so?
At sea, we don't say left and right. We say port and starboard.
Isn't that a bit silly?
We'll fish from the stern.
Where's that?
The back of the boat. Come with me. Fishing is a tricky business. You must have the right type of bait.
What kind of bait are we using today?
Stale bread.
Stale bread? Who likes stale bread?
Should we put some butter on it, Dad?
And jam?
Yes. We're not going to catch anything with stale bread, old boy. Stick a bit of jam on it.
Stop! I'm the captain, so while we're aboard Bunty, we do what I say.
Aye, Captain!
Now be quiet. Fish don't like noise.
Very bossy, isn't he?
This is so exciting.
Shh, everybody. Now we wait.
Are you sure this is right?
Of course I'm sure.
Come on, let me have a go.
Fine, you'll see. It takes time to catch a
Fish! I've caught a fish! Holly, grab the net. Get ready to catch it.
Well done, Daddy.
Wow, it's big!
It's a whopper, all right. And I caught it.
It's only a little tiddler.
It must be the biggest fish in the lake.
It's too small.
That was the biggest fish I've ever seen.
I've seen bigger. Much, much bigger.
Really?
Really. It was many years ago when I first met Big Bad Barry.
Big Bad Barry? Who's that?
Only the biggest, hugest, most giganticest fish the world has ever seen.
No!
It was a dark and stormy night. I was out sailing in my favourite boat, Hilda, when I first saw Big Bad Barry. I knew straight away I had to catch him. I had to be the fisherman who took him home for the biggest fish dinner in history. I tried several different baits before I found what Barry liked. Cheese.
Cheese?
Cheese. I put a bit of cheese on the line and Barry was hooked straight away. The only thing was, he was stronger than my old boat Hilda was. Bad Barry dragged my poor boat Hilda all over the lake. And when he'd finished that, he ate her.
He ate Hilda? It sounds horrid.
It was.
So you built Bunty to replace Hilda?
No. First, there was Doris. Then Peggy. There was Abigail, Fifi, and Trixabel. Not forgetting Sabrina, Vicky, and Miss Boo Boo. Barry ate them all. I tried to catch Barry so many times, but he was always too strong.
So that's where all the cheese went.
In the end, I gave up. Big Bad Barry is still out there, somewhere.
Ooh.
Incredible! I have come to a royal decision. We must catch Big Bad Barry and have him with chips.
Hooray!
No, we mustn't. I don't want to lose another boat. Not Bunty. Anyway, there's no cheese on the boat. I won't allow it. Barry can smell cheese a mile away, even a mild cheddar.
Good. I've got some cheese in my picnic hamper. We can use that.
Ah! Cheese on board! Quick, get rid of it before it's too late.
What did you do that for?
I told you, it's dangerous to have cheese on board.
Luckily, I also brought a nice Stilton cheese we can tempt Barry with.
No, I refuse to help.
Then we'll do it without you. I'm taking charge.
Hooray!
Ah! It's mutiny! Mutiny on the Bunty!
We'll catch this Barry and have him with chips. Ben, take the wheel.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Holly, hold the net.
Aye, aye.
Here, Barry, Barry. Barry!
Come on, Barry. Where are you?
It's not working.
Here, Barry. Come on, boy.
If we're going to catch Big Bad Barry, let's do it properly.
Yes.
You must do what I say as soon as I say it.
Aye,
Captain.
Big Bad Barry is too big for that rod. We'll use this rod.
Wow.
You wanted to meet Big Bad Barry? Here's your chance.
Excellent.
Now we wait, but not for long.
Look!
It's him! It's Big Bad Barry!
What a fish! We'll be eating him for weeks.
He's got the cheese! Start the engine! Full sail!
We're not going anywhere!
Yes, we are. Bad Barry is pulling us backwards.
Hang on!
We've got him! We've got him!
I think he's got us, Daddy.
Holly's right. We should never have tried to catch Bad Barry.
He's too big!
He's too bad.
We have to let him go!
Never! Aha! He's given up!
I don't think so.
He's eating the line!
Ah, then he can have it. I give in. Sorry we tried to catch you, Barry. No hard feelings, eh?
Ah! He's eating Bunty! Launch the lifeboat!
Abandon ship! Women, children, and kings first!
Poor Bunty!
Hello, everyone. The chips are ready. Where's the fish? Oh, what's going on?
Big Bad Barry is eating Bunty.
Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, dear. Do you think Barry would like some chips with that?
I think he's full. Alas, poor Bunty. I knew her well.
Right. What shall we have for dinner then?
I think I'd like fish fingers.
With chips!